BambooRemoval.com. We're looking at the removal of knotweed, Japanese knotweed. Japanese knotweed looks like this. Right here. Here's Japanese knotweed in its infancy. Leaves start out with noticeably red veins, and they elongate and grow larger. These leaves will grow the size of the palm of your hand. There's more knotweed over here. And this stuff will grow beneath the ground undisturbed, very difficult to kill, next to impossible to kill. Roundup doesn't even kill it. Not that you want to use Roundup because it's so toxic, but it's just the nature of it's very difficult to eradicate. Digging it out like this on a selective basis is because it's a sparse area contained within a relatively small area. Doesn't necessitate the removal of all the soil. However, all the roots, that's it, yep, that's it, sure. All the soil normally needs to be excavated down at least to 2 feet. So what you're looking at here previously was Japanese knotweed growing along this fence, which we've since dug a trench, or actually we dug out and removed all the soil down to a depth of about 2-3 feet depending on what we found. And all that soil had to be disposed of systematically to get rid of it off site so that we don't recontaminate the property elsewhere. What you're looking at now coming through a barrier that we installed is the adjoining neighbor that has Japanese knotweed growing on the other side of this fence. In order to prevent or slow and stem the tide of spreading, this plant spreading by itself, we put a barrier in. And what's happening now is the rhizomes from the knotweed that exist on the neighbor's side of the fence have infiltrated and are now trying to come through, establishing themselves inside this property, which was previously clean. We have an area here that we apparently missed in the actual original first go around, so we're now attacking it now. But we have lots of little sprouts. These are all sprouts. All this orange is all Japanese knotweed coming up through the lawn, and the greater distance to the fence, certainly every bit of 4, maybe 5 feet. So all this stuff needs to be dug out selectively, and the piles of debris will start to mount, as well as the amount of rhizomes which we're digging out of the ground. So here's more over here. The yellow color, like wood, all those little fragments are enough to establish a whole colony. So this is not something you want to just dig out and put on your compost pile, save it for a rainy day to decompose, because it'll come back and haunt you, or as they say, bite you in the ass by reinfecting other parts of your property, making it far worse. So here we have in the lawn, these are all connected, this is all one plant, this is all one rhizome running. You see the linear fashion that's growing. All this needs to be removed. Okay, BambooRemoval.com. We dig your bamboo, and we also dig Japanese knotweed, although it really is a pain in the ass to get rid of. There's nothing on the market that effectively will kill it. Roundup has limited success results, and even with Roundup, it's got to be done in a way where each particular cane of new growth needs to be individually injected by hypodermic needle with the chemical. So it's a painstakingly slow, laborious process that has to be repeated a second or third time in order to achieve what's considered to be a successful eradication, which could span the better part of 2, possibly 3 years. So Japanese knotweed, not for the faint of heart, not easy to eradicate, and vigilant in its regrowth pattern. Have a great day.